What's up YouTube? It is ABRLR32 here, bringing you guys a Traptrix deck profile. Try saying that 10 times fast. I wanted to bring this to you guys for a couple reasons. Number one, my friend sent me this deck list after the regional last weekend from October 5th. We were talking about Traptrix, and shout out to him, by the way, of course. The Bushia. A friend of mine, he gave me the idea for the Project Blue Eyes. For those of you guys who've been subscribed to my channel for a while, then you guys know that I've been doing Project Blue Eyes for a while, way before, since the structure deck was announced. Like, even before it was announced, I had already started doing Project Blue Eyes. But this is his Traptrix build, and because we were discussing Traptrix and stuff and how, like, last format, everybody thought that Konami's list was just going to completely kill E-Dragons, which is going to leave Traptrix open to just, I guess, destroy the format, which they haven't really, but a TG version just topped, so I figured I would cover this because I've had it in my inbox for a while, and I just haven't been able to get around to building it because I've been really busy. And on a quick side note, before I get into the deck profile, I do have a few videos to post. I have a Legendary Collection 4 Joey's World to go up. I also have my Dragon Ruler build from that regional, the October 5th Kissimmee regional, to post. I will probably do that tomorrow if I have the time. I know that there are a few things I need to get done. And I also want to discuss Sixth Sense. And since the first quarter of school for me is over, and I have this Saturday, Sunday, and Monday off at the time of making this video, I will hopefully be able to bust out a lot of good videos for you guys so I can be able to start getting back on my normally scheduled video routine. So anyways, let's jump into this deck profile. We have a Dandelion, a Doomdozer. I'm going to probably be explaining most of the card effects since most people may not know what these cards do. Doomdozer, he can't be normal summon or set. He can be special summoned from your hand by banishing 2 insect-type monsters from your graveyard, and can't be special summoned by other ways. And when this card inflicts spell damage to your opponent, you send the top card of their deck to the graveyard. Then we have Gores, Grand Soul, because everything in here is Earth besides the Plague, the Lone Fire, and the Spore. 3 Redox, because it's an Earth-based deck, so Redox works in perfectly. Lone Fire to get easy access to your Spore or Dandelion. Grand Mole, and 2 Plague Spreader. So in total you have 3 tuners, which you can easily just stack your cards for Plague. So easy access. For your Traptrix, you have Traptrix Atrax. It's unaffected by the effects of whole normal trap cards. So if you try and use stuff like Bottomless and Trap Hole on it, it doesn't affect it. Normal trap cards, you can activate. Okay. You can activate. I lost my spot. You can activate whole normal trap cards from your hand, and the activation and effects of normal trap cards activated on your side of the field cannot be negated. So essentially, and it's actually really good too, because if I'm correct on the ruling, it's really good because if you have it on board and you have, let's say, a Bottomless in your hand, and your opponent goes play a Blaster, then you can go, okay, play Bottomless from my hand, banish your Blaster. Don't quote me on that ruling, but that should be correct. So 3 of those, and then 3 Traptrix Marmello. It's also unaffected by the whole normal trap cards. And when it's normal summon, you can add a whole normal trap card from your deck to your hand. And when it's special summon, you target a spell or trap card your opponent controls, and you get to destroy it. So you summon it, you get to add, let's say, a Deep Dark Trap Hole, and then pop their Dragon's Ravine if you're going against Dragon Rulers. And then 3 Nephites. It's all the trap tricks are unaffected by the whole normal trap cards. If you activate a whole normal trap card except during the damage step, you can add to your hand or special summon 1 trap tricks monster from your deck except Nephites, and you can only use the effect of Nephites once per turn. So, and it's Owl. I didn't even know that this was even a plant. Okay. In that case, you could also special summon it with Lone Fire's ability. And since Murmello and Atrax are the insects, that gives you easy access to Doomdozer. And with everything being in Earth, you have easy access to Grand Soil. And I'll be reading you my friend's notes here in just a second. So, your opponent plays, I don't know, when a level 5 or higher effect monster is special summon, banish that level 5 or higher effect monsters. That's Deep Dark Trap Hole's effect. So let's say they go into Crimson Blader. I'm just giving an example of Dragon Rulers because it's the best deck. Just assuming you're going against the best deck. And you have Nephites on board, you can go Deep Dark Trap Hole, pop their Crimson Blader, and then you get Nephites' effect. You could special summon either Atrax or Murmello, depending on the situation. You could play Murmello, add a normal trap card with hole in its name to your hand, and then you could pop one of their back rows. So a really good amount of interesting combos in this deck, and you know it's really good in Therio in my opinion. And then the spells, we have Book of Moon, Dark Hole, 3 MST, and 3 Duality for the consistency. And then for the traps, we have 1 bottomless and 2 deep dark trap hole. You just heard me read that. Basically, you play anything that is level 5 or higher with a special summon, it gets destroyed, and its effects are negated. Or I believe. Yeah, banish that level 5 or higher effect monster monsters. And then we have Traptrix Trap Hole Nightmare. When a monster your opponent controls that was special summon this turn activates its effect, you can negate that effect, and if you do, destroy it. So they play Draco Sack and try and use the effect. You can use Traptrix Trap Hole and then blow it up. And then Void Trap Hole, when your opponent special summons a monster monsters with 2,000 or more attack, negate the effects of those monsters with 2,000 more attack, and if you do, destroy it. I believe if your opponent goes return from the different dimension to play all their E-Drags, I believe you could use Void Trap Hole, because it doesn't say that they have to activate their effects, it just says negate the effects of one of those monsters with 2,000 more attack and destroy it. So you could pop one of their Dragon Rulers. And then we have Compulse, Warning, and Torrential. For the side deck, it's no monsters at all. It's just another Deep Dark Trap Hole, another Trap Hole Nightmare, 3 regular Trap Hole, 2 Breakthrough Skill, 2 Deep Prison, 2 Mind Drain, 2 Soul Taker, and 2 XYZ Encore. For the extra deck, we have Underworld Fighter and Ball Mug. When he's destroyed by a card effect and sent to the grave, you can target a level 4 lower monster in your graveyard, except him and special summon it. Catastor, HTS, after damage calculation, when it battles a monster, you can banish that monster, also this card. Black Rose, Scrap Dragon, Stardust, Mistworm. Underground Arachnid, because you have the Dark Tuner being Plague, and then you also have Doomdozer as your insect type monster. And then you also have your Traptrix here, of course, Murmello, and Atarax. You can't use Doomdozer, that was my mistake, I thought he was a higher level. If he attacks, your opponent can't activate any spell traps at the end of the damage step. Once per turn, you can equip a face-up monster your opponent controls to this card as an equip card. If this card would be destroyed by battle, you can destroy the monster equipped to this card by this effect instead. You can only equip 1 monster at a time to this card. So it has a relinquished effect. And then Splendid Rose. Once per turn, you can remove from play a plant type monster in your graveyard to have the attack of 1 face-up monster your opponent controls until the end phase of this turn. If this card attacks during the same battle phase, you can remove from play 1 plant type monster in your graveyard to have the attack of this card until the end phase and attack once again. So very good card with the plant type monsters. Then for the XYZs, we have Fairy King, Maestroke, Cowboy, Black Ship, Maestroke, and Soul of Silver Mountain, because most of your stuff is Earth, and Cowboy and Black Ship, of course, for the burning effect. Just to read you his notes, because he is far more knowledgeable about the deck than I am. Like I mentioned, Grand Soil is very playable because of all the cards that manipulate his graveyard. If he has more than 5 Earth monsters, he can easily drop it to 5. Gores is very effective with Atrax. Play Atrax and no back row. If they leave Atrax, you can use trap holes in your hand, and if they kill it, then they attack into a Gores. Between the main deck and extra deck, there are 9 monsters that revive themselves or other monsters, 5 that remove cards in your grave from play, and then there's also the 8 trap holes. Soul Taker, XYZ, Encore, and Deep Prison is all to fix the weakness of needing to stop monsters from being summoned. Not much in the main deck that stops monsters on the field. Breakthrough Skill is unnegatable with Atrax out, even from the grave. And then these are just a few cards that he looked at that just didn't make the cut. Zen Mains, Foolish Burial, Gigaplant, Beach Rune, other Trap Hole cards, Verdant Sanctuary, the Seal Void Calculus, Black Garden, and Lair Wire. Most of these cards I don't know what they do. You know, of course the obvious ones I know what they do, but like Verdant Sanctuary and that I don't know what they do. For you guys that are like really good experts on Traptrix, would know what those do most likely. But let me know what you guys think. I kind of want to make this into like a little project, because I want to see oh my god, I've said trap so many times in this video. I want to see Traptrix competitive. I just might build the TG version just to kind of test it on the side, just to see how they work. But right now, like I'm sticking with Dragon Rulers, just because I like how the deck runs. I've been testing a lot of different versions. Depk Dad's build. And I need to find me another Dragon Carnation. I cannot find that for the love of God. Anyways, guys, that's the end of the video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy that Traptrix deck profile. If you did, a like or a favorite would be really great. It does encourage me to make more videos. Let me know in the comments below about what you guys think about Traptrix. How can we make this better? Is there maybe like some kind of tech me and my friend are missing? There are a lot of other trap hole cards out there, so it's just all about choices, I suppose. Anyways, I hope you guys have a great day, and take care. Rate, comment, most importantly, subscribe. Thank you.